Today we're talking about building muscle with calisthenics. So most people think that if you want real muscle, you need heavy weights and gym membership. But is that actually true? Do your muscles know the difference between a 100 kilo barbell or a 100 kilo body? Look, I know I'm not as huge as the bodybuilders on social media, but is it because I've been training calisthenics? Or is it because I haven't been eating 6,000 calories like they do? Because the truth is you can be skinny or fat even if you lift weights for years. There are other factors that influence your results, right? Over the past 5 years, I've helped hundreds of busy guys transform their bodies using nothing but calisthenics at home. So in this video, I'll show you if calisthenics builds equal muscle to weightlifting, why you don't need more than $30 in equipment to transform your entire body, and the time-efficient system that busy men use to get jacked without ever stepping foot in a gym. In this 2017 study, researchers took 2 groups of men and had one group do push-ups while the other one was doing bench press. After 8 weeks, they measured muscle growth. And guess what's the result? The push-up group built practically identical muscle to the bench press group. Look, your muscles need 3 things to grow. That is mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle damage. Progressive overload, which basically means gradually increasing resistance over time, creates all of this. Your muscles respond to resistance, not whether it comes from the barbell or from your body weight. Let me show you what it looks like in practice. Here's an example calisthenics progression. You start with incline push-ups, progress to regular push-ups, then eventually archer push-ups. And here is how it looks with weightlifting. You bench press 60 kilograms, then 80 kilograms, then 100 kilograms. That's the difference. So the principle is the same. You increase the difficulty by increasing the resistance. When you add 10 kilos or 20 kilos or 5 kilos to the bench press, you're increasing the resistance. When you do harder variation of the push-up, you're also increasing the resistance. It works exactly the same. That's why the results are the same, assuming you always keep similar intensity. This completely destroys the biggest myth keeping people from home training, that bodyweight training is somehow inferior for muscle building. It is inferior only if you don't train hard enough. So now you can choose your training based on convenience and preference, not on false limitations. But even if calisthenics builds less muscle, it's okay. We're not trying to be bodybuilders here. We're just trying to be strong, in shape and healthy. But it gets even better when you realize how little equipment you actually need. Look, most people think they need a full home gym setup costing $5,000 to build serious muscle at home. While other guys spend $5K on home gyms they barely use, you can get better results with equipment that costs less than a dinner date. Your body gives you all the resistance you need. External equipment is just for convenience, but it's not a must. So we got 3 options here. First option would be outdoor calisthenics parks. These things are everywhere these times. Pull-up bars, dip bars, everything you need for a complete workout. And they are 100% free to use. I know this works because I was completely broke when I started. I didn't have even $5 in my account. And luckily, my town had an outdoor calisthenics park. And that's where everything changed. That's where everything started. I spent years training there before I ever bought a single piece of equipment. And by the way, the first piece of equipment I ever bought was a resistance band like this one. I think it was even the same. And it cost like €5. That's more than I needed. The second option is if you want to train at home. Get yourself gymnastic rings, just like this. This was also one of the first pieces of equipment I ever bought. And this was $30 many years ago. And I still have it. This is the most versatile piece of equipment in existence. If I had to pick one piece of equipment that I can use till the end of my life, it would be this. It would be gymnastic rings. These give you infinite exercise variations and progressions. You can do everything on them. Push-ups, dips, rows, pull-ups, muscle-ups, you name it, anything. The third option would be a pull-up bar. Like this one, you can also have a pull-up bar on the wall. You can have on the ceiling. There are many different ones depending on your possibilities because some people cannot make holes in the walls. That's why I don't have pull-up bar on the wall. If I could, I would just hang my gymnastic rings on the ceiling and that would be my perfect training spot. When I get myself another place to live, 100% I'll have gymnastic rings hanging there. But pull-up bar like this is also enough because the hardest thing to train when it comes to calisthenics without equipment is your back. Your back requires some vertical pulling like pull-ups. And you cannot really do pull-ups without a pull-up bar, right? So that covers your whole upper body. Just add in bodyweight squats and you've got a complete routine, full body routine. But even if you bought the most expensive pull-up bar, it would be still incomparably cheaper to the standard home gym setup. And it would be even cheaper than going to the gym for a whole year. This is perfect for busy guys who don't want to go to the gym, but also don't want to transform their whole house into a gym. Some of our community members have gyms in the garage, and that's pretty amazing, and some have just a dolphin and pull-up bar, and it's still okay. It's not ideal, but it's still better than nothing. The accessibility factor is huge. And if you do get rings, they're portable. You can take your workout anywhere. One of our community members has this thing, and he is literally putting this in his suitcase when he is traveling, and he is using this in the hotel. This is even more portable than rings. So the point about minimal equipment is amazing. But here's what really shocked me when I calculated how much time it actually saves you. Why would you waste 2 hours at the gym when you can do this? Look, a typical gym session isn't just your workout time. It's 15 minutes driving there, 10 minutes changing, waiting for equipment, then your actual workout, which might be an hour, then changing again, then 15 minutes driving back, and then shower. That's over 2 hours for a 60-minute workout. But what can you do instead? A 40-minute calisthenics workout at home, plus a 10-minute shower. You're done in 50 minutes total. The efficiency comes from compound movements. Pull-ups hit your back, arms, core all at once. Push-ups hit your chest, shoulders, arms, and also core. Squats hit your entire legs, and also core. Every calisthenics exercise trains multiple muscle groups. So you don't need to do multiple exercises. You can do 1 or 2 pull exercises, 1 or 2 push exercises, 1 or 2 legs exercises, and that's it. You don't need much setup, you don't need commute, no waiting for equipment. You can literally roll out of bed and start training. That's how simple it is. Just like if you remove junk food from your house, it's easier to stop eating junk food. The same with training. If you make it easier for yourself to start training and finish your training, you are more likely to train. You are more likely to be consistent. And consistency beats perfection every single time. The time you save can be spent with your family or building your business. You can literally save hours per week. So the time efficiency thing is huge. But there is one more thing that separates calisthenics from boring gym routines. Why is calisthenics more addictive than lifting weights? Calisthenics teaches you skills, not just lifting something from the ground. Learning these new movements activates reward pathways in your brain that makes training more enjoyable. Instead of just chasing numbers on the machine, you're unlocking new abilities. Picture this progression. You start with regular push-ups, and with time, once you become more advanced, you work up to handstand push-ups. How cool is that? Skills you'll develop include handstands, muscle-ups, levers, planches, and even human flex. These are incredible abilities. That's exactly what made me start calisthenics. One day I randomly went to Calisthenics Park and saw a guy doing handstands on a high bar. I was really impressed and I decided, I wanna do this. And that curiosity kept me going for over 10 years. I don't know if I would be exercising for so long, if not that, if I would be going to the gym. Okay, gym is also cool. I also like to lift some weights. I've tried sometime, but this is so much more fun. Enjoyment leads to consistency. And consistency leads to what? Results. It creates these positive feedback loops that keep you training for years, just like it did to me. So there you have it. Minimal equipment, time efficiency, and skills that last forever. What more would you want? Look, I just gave you the blueprint, but knowing and doing are completely different things. Most guys watch videos like this, get fired up, and then do nothing with the information. I'm the same. I know how it is. That's why I created the Warrior Society. It's where you get the complete system that ties everything we just covered together. Inside you'll get our complete minimalist strength system with exact progressions from beginner to advanced. Paired with our exercise library, you'll know exactly which exercises to choose and how to progress them. And most importantly, you will get personal support from me and other guys on the same fitness journey. The information is free. If you have seen a couple of my videos, you know everything you need to know to get strong. It's not complicated. But if you still didn't do this stuff, then what you lack is accountability. And that's what you get in the Warrior Society. So if that sounds like something for you, there is a link in the description and I'll meet you inside.